everybody, it's Cindy Ingram, and I am here for another live video, and this time I am going to show you my resource library for art teachers. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour, tell you a little bit about it, because as you know, I have the resource library for art teachers open for membership from now until Tuesday, August 15th. So if you're interested in the resource library for art teachers, you can head over to artcreatorforkids.com/join and learn more information there. But I'm also going to give you a little bit of a tour now and to tell you a little bit about the program and how it started and that sort of thing. So if you're here, go ahead and say hi in the comments. I'd love to see you and hear your voice. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask as I go through and give you this tour. So I started my website about 3.5 years ago, and I started teaching about 10 years ago. Before that, I worked in art museums and in nonprofits. And then when I got my first classroom, it was a community college classroom, I realized that the way I like to teach, the way I had taught in the museum, very interactive with a lot of focus on learning from individual works of art, I learned that, there's not a lot of resources out there for teachers who want to teach like that. So I really had to create everything myself. And so, how to teach Renaissance in an interactive way. What do I talk about in front of this work of art? Or what do I say in front of that one? What's a really cool activity to do to teach Byzantine art? And I really couldn't find that. So over the last 10 years, I have developed a bunch of activities that are really fun for this. And for teaching art history and art appreciation. And so I decided about 3.5 years ago to develop the Art Curator for Kids, which is a website devoted to really teaching and learning from works of art, teaching art appreciation, art history, art criticism, cultural art, that sort of thing. And I decided to take all of these lessons that I've developed over the last 10 years and put them in one place for you guys to use and save you so much time. Just think about making one PowerPoint, how much time it saves you to already have all the images already there and ready and formatted and sized, and the discussion questions thought through, and the lesson sequence already kind of figured out, so that you can get some of your life back and you're not spending nights and weekends like I did when I first started. So joining the resource library will save you a lot of time. But that's why I started this website and why the resource library exists. So the resource library has existed for about 2 years, and every month I add more and more to it. And so I'm going to give you a tour, show you what it's all about, and give you a sneak peek on the inside. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and so this is what it looks like when you first access my member site. I'm gonna get this centered. There we go. So you log in under a different domain, members.artcreatorforkids.com, and so you can see that here. And then to access resource library, you just click on resource library. And inside the resource library, you'll see it's divided up by category and topic. So I have online workshop. So as a member of the resource library, you get a monthly online workshop, sometimes twice a month as well. I'm considering doing twice a month this fall. I'm not going to commit to that 100%, but I'm thinking of offering repeat sessions of past ones, because I know they're much more fun to go to live than to watch a recording, because you get to interact and you get to talk about the art with everybody. So I want to offer some repeat sessions as well. But what those are an online classroom, basically. So I'm going to click on one and kind of show you what it looks like. It takes a second to load, especially since it's going from my computer through Facebook to you. So it'll take just a second. So I'm just going to click on the first one. And so you click on the resource, and then it gives you a certificate of attendance. Sometimes it'll give you access to the PowerPoint or any supplemental lessons. And then it takes you, oh good, I had already opened this one earlier, so it's doing it more quickly. Uh-oh, what did I do? That's not right. My goodness. Okay, sorry. All right, this is what it looks like when you're in the inside of the webinar. It's just going to take a second to load. Okay, so
hi everybody, welcome. Go ahead and give a
that's me talking to us.
Here, or I guess there's no way to.
So if you kind of look at it, there's a chat box over here on the right side. It just started, so people haven't talked in there yet. But you know that you get to sort of chat live, and then there's a video as well as sort of a PowerPoint presentation. And you know, we talk about art. They're very interactive. I rarely just sit there and talk to you. It's more an interactive type of experience. But after all of them, you get to watch the recording if you can't make it live. And so this is what it looks like. So you get to see the chat box, scroll through, you get to see what everyone says, and kind of imagine yourself there as you participate. Also gives you an opportunity to ask questions too. That'll send an email to me. So if you're watching it and you find something you have a question about, that'll pop a question to me through my email. So that's what the online trainings look like. Again, they're every month, and we do a lot of teaching technique topics, and then I'm also working on getting more art history topics as well. So you can see there's what is art history, how to talk about art with kids, inventive activities to interpret art, as well as other ones as well. And then access to my Facebook Live recordings when I do teaching tips and things like that. Those go in the resource library as well. So it's sort of a one-stop shop for all of the videos and stuff. And then as you scroll down, you will see, if you ignore this module and unit thing, because I use my course creation software to organize it all, because it's really easy to kind of drag and drop, and it organizes it nicely. I have sections on each teaching topic. So I have a section on aesthetics, a section on art criticism and interpretation. And as you scroll down, you'll see there's the elements and principles of art. There's art museums, art forms. This one is going to be fleshed out more this year. I have a sculpture and a printmaking and a painting kind of ready. They just need to be reformatted, and then just finding time to format images. Even I have them ready, but I just need to get the images make it pretty and get them all right. That takes so much time, and so this saves you so much time. Art learning activities, that's just sort of a general category that they didn't necessarily fit in. And then you can see art history. So we have how to study art history. So that's a really good lesson to start off with. You're starting art history with your students. What is art history? What are we supposed to learn here? That's what we cover in that lesson. And then I have these wonderful note-taking sheets for art history. I just realized my face is covering this. I'm going to see if I can move this over. Yep, that's not how to do it. Okay, hold on. I think I need to pinch this. Sorry, I'm learning this Facebook Live software. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to move my picture over here. There we go. Okay, now I can see better. And then we have non-Western art, and I also have some other ones in the queue here. Again, it's just about getting them formatted. Islamic art, African art. Then we go through all the topics of art history. And so you see that, or Western art history, you see that I have most of the major art forms covered. So I have prehistoric, Mesopotamian, ancient Greece and Rome, Byzantine, Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance, Italian, Baroque. And as we scroll down, you'll see kind of all the major art movements are pretty much covered: Rococo, Romanticism, Impressionism, Post-Impressionism, as we go on through. And then every month I add more. So I'm sort of looking through and saying, okay, where are my gaps? Where can I fill in the blanks? And I have a bunch that I just haven't kind of reworked, that I haven't used in a while, or something that I need to kind of rework and put in there. So you can see there's a lot of different lessons, art teaching stuff, and then a bunch on sort of individual artists and artworks, like Frida Kahlo's Two Fridas. I had an activity where I did that in my classroom, and there's just a little printable that you can use with that and stuff like that. So there's a lot in here. I'm just going to click on a couple of these so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like once you're inside. I'm going to click on aesthetics. I'm going to click on one that has a lot and one that has a little, just so you can see the variety. Aesthetics has a bunch of lessons in it. So when you click on aesthetics, this is a whole lesson bundle. So this is 5 different lessons of aesthetics. And that is, what is art, the philosophy of art. And so you can see there's lesson 1, 2, oh no, maybe it's, oh, it is, because they have, there's like a bonus lesson in here too. why should we study it? What is it? Puzzles about art, different things. And you can see there's every little worksheet that you would need, if you need to print something that the kids are going to write on, anything like that, it's in here. So it's all ready to go. So let's say, they're going to write an essay about what is art. You can see right in here. You just click on that and it will take you to this thing ready to print. So it even has the lines on it and everything. All of them are editable. So, I know that you might want to add a date line, or maybe you want to have change up the question just a little bit, or maybe you want to put, circle your class, or, you can edit everything in here, because I know I never just take something and use it right off the bat. I like to move things around a little bit. So it's all editable for you to do. Okay, so let's see. So that's an example you can see. Oh, and then we had an online training on this, so you can see this topic had an online training. And so I'm trying to get more videos about each one in there. So that's kind of something I'm slowly working on. And I also will be doing more Facebook Lives where I kind of cover one particular topic and then add that in there too, so that you can get more videos about each topic. That's something I plan on doing more and more of as we go. So I'm going to click on sort of another one just to see. Okay, let's do Islamic art. I didn't plan out which ones I was going to look at. So this one is a lesson that covers Islam, architecture, calligraphy, etc. So you can see we've got a PowerPoint. There's a review game, a review sheet. I found this one was a really vocabulary heavy lesson, and I have a bunch of English language learners, so I needed a bunch of vocabulary stuff in this one. So we have two different reviews because they were having a hard time with the words, especially. Like, they could get the basic idea and they could tell me about the art and about the culture, but they were having a hard time remembering Arabesque versus Arabic and Quran versus, Tugra, and those sort of things. So I had a lot of review sheets on that one. So a review game, a review sheet, a quiz, and then you see the quiz key. And then, and there's a student note page. So as they're in the lesson, it's kind of follows the sequence of the lesson and they can take notes on it. I should show you a PowerPoint. Let me pull up a PowerPoint too. Ooh, let's just watch it load. There we go. So it's zoomed way in because of that, but you can see it's got the pictures of the some of the pictures of what it's in there, what is this, define these words, that sort of thing. You can't kind of see it very well, and I don't want to mess with it too much because then when I get back, it's going to be all wonky. So yeah. So that's an example of one that's more fleshed out, and this one has also a art project associated with them. About 8 of the units, I counted them, have art projects associated with them. And it's still downloading. And I'm adding more because I'm actively teaching grades 6 through 9, so I'm adding more and more art projects. A lot of them just the art history, and because I used to only teach art history. But now that I'm teaching middle and high, sorry, I'm trying to get, you know what, I need to get it to show my PowerPoint app. How do I do that? PowerPoint, here we go. So here's an example of the PowerPoint. So you can see all formatted, all ready to go, pictures chosen, pictures attributed. You don't have to worry about any of that. And then it has different learning activities, discussion questions. So you can see here, sketch the building, make a list of key features, that sort of thing. So it's got, I don't put a lot of text on my PowerPoints because I think that's just too much and it overwhelms the students. So I don't do that as often, but I do like to put some notes in the slide so you can kind of see what the discussion questions are, what are the talking points, that sort of thing. So you can kind of check that out there. And then we studied Tugras, which are kind of like a signature. And then they made their own, so you can see they kind of took the letters of their name and morphed all the letters together, and then they used pattern and stuff in there. So we used some of the elements of Islamic art, like the use of pattern and the use of language and words, and made our own art project. So that's kind of what one of the PowerPoints look like. There's 2 different brandings on there. I have the old Art Creator for Kids branding, which is what I went away from, and then some of them have the Cindy Ingram, your art teacher branding. So they're eventually they will all be in the new format. This is one of the old format ones, but I try not to put my name is not all over the Cindy Ingram ones. It's just on the title slide, I think. Okay. Oh, that's my desktop. Let me get back to Safari. Hi guys. Sorry, y'all been giving me some thumbs up and I was wrapped up in talking. Okay. Nice to see you, Katie and Jacqueline and Melissa and Elisa. Or Alyssa. So that's Islamic art. So that's an example of kind of a more fleshed out one. The other ones, some of them are more like mini lessons. I'm trying to think of one that's a mini. Oh, the Rococo would be a mini lesson where it's just really, I don't spend a lot of time on Rococo. I don't know that anybody spends a lot of time on Rococo. So it's just like one PowerPoint. So, and then you can also see, I also have Rococo covered in another lesson, so you can kind of do it multiple ways. So this one is just it's a poetry activity with the little, some of the key points, and then you kind of do a little bit of art discussion. That's about it. But they're all very interactive and not a lot of lecture, because lecture is super boring. So we don't do that much if we can help it. So let's see. There's another one I was going to show you just so you can see kind of the different types of things you'll find. Okay. Like my Art Around the World ebook. I did an Art Around the World series a couple years ago. It was in 2014. It was the first year I started the website. It was my first sort of big series where I wrote every day for 30 days. I put it in an ebook. So that's pretty much everything I've ever made and put on the site. And most of this stuff is not available in my online store just because I haven't had the time to put it on there, but it's all in here. And then there's also a group project where they research a culture and then they present it together. Everything you would need for that is here. So you can see we've got the project description page that you'll pass out to them. You've got group presentation tips and reminders that you'll pass out to them. Topic and group selection page. So they write down the name of the people in their group and they write down what topic they want to do. There's a planning document that they have to go through. There's a peer evaluation form. There's a rubric. There's note taking. So when the other groups are presenting, there's a note taking form. So it's really anything you would need to do that. It's all ready and right here ready to go. So you don't have to go typing up all this stuff. I'm not just giving you ideas, but I'm actually giving you, here, take this and print it. It's this is something you can use in your classroom today. It's ready to go. Which, we've got the internet for ideas. We need the hard stuff. We need not the hard stuff. That's terrible. We need we need materials that we can take and use in our classrooms tomorrow. And so that's what I'm trying to provide for you here. One more thing I was going to show you. Oh yeah. The art criticism section, there's a lot of individual worksheets and things like that work with a variety of works of art. So that's your good section for just general sort of art teaching goodies that are not specific to any particular art movement. So that's kind of what's in here right now. There's a lot in here. I think we tallied up all of the documents over the summer, and right now there's over 235 documents in there, including 57 PowerPoints. It was 15 quizzes and tests, and I don't remember the other numbers. But I know there was 57 PowerPoints, although I think I added one since I counted. So yeah, there's a lot. And then so with your membership, you get the online trainings, which are monthly, and then you also get all of these resources, as well as all the new ones that are coming out. You also get a Facebook group, which is I'm excited about. It's kind of new-ish, and I am excited about making that a great community for you guys. I'm going to work hard on making sure that we kind of keep that active, and that if we use one of the lessons and we want to share how it goes, if we want to talk about how we modified a lesson, all of that can happen in the Facebook group, and then we can just continue to learn from each other, and I can learn from you, and then I can also do these, regular, more live lessons and stuff in the Facebook group as well. So I'm excited about that resource. Another thing you'll see is I send you regular updates. So over here in the corner, you see recent updates. It'll basically be emailed to you. Anytime I add something, it'll be emailed to you. And usually it's a couple times a month that those come. And I give you updates that way. So let me think. What else to share with you about the resource library for art teachers? Oh, the pricing and stuff. Let me take you to the sales page. Probably should have had it open. Okay. So here is the sales page, artcuratorforkids.com/join or /membership. I have a lot of different links, but that's big. See if I can get this smaller. Hold on a second. There we go. Membership will close on Tuesday, August 15th at midnight, 11:59 Central Time. So make sure if you're interested to join by then. And all the information is on this page. There's another video where I go through all of this, as well as an FAQ about everything. But I'm covering it pretty thoroughly in this video as well. So there's also information about the resource library or about the refund policy. If you find that it doesn't fit your needs, I will refund your money within 30 days so that you aren't stuck with something that you're not going to use. I'm not interested in giving you something you're not going to use or selling you something that you're not going to use. So, and also if you are unsure about whether or not it works for you, I'm happy to let you know. I will be honest with you. I've had people ask in the last week, is this right for me? And they tell me, and I'm like, not really. No, it's not. So I'm not going to lie to you. So make sure you can ask. And also on the sales page, you can see it says, have a question, leave us a message. Anytime I'm on my computer, I have this active, so you can actually chat live with me too. And I'm on my computer a lot these days because of the sale. So, and then the pricing you'll find if you just click I'm ready to join. You will see there's 3 different terms. There's a monthly membership, which is $24 a month, and it recurs every month. There is a 3-month membership every 3 months, and it recurs every 3 months. And there's a yearly as well. And the benefit of the yearly, and they basically, the 6 months you save a couple dollars a month, and the yearly you get 2 months free. And you also get some really cool bonuses. So if you join at the yearly membership rate, you get a free ticket to a teacher workshop. And Melissa is here. I don't know if she's still watching, but she was at my teacher workshop last month. And so maybe she can tell us how it was, but we had a really good time in Dallas, talking about how to teach and learn from works of art. It was a really good time. So you can come to that for free if you're a member at the yearly. And then you also get a art teacher planner from Painted Paper blog. I don't know if you followed her website, but she has really cool, beautiful works of art that she creates with her students. But she also offers a planner on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's $20, and I bought it for myself. And I was going through it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should see if she'll, if we can work out a partnership here, because it's so cool, and I think you would really like that planner. So if you get the yearly rate, you get the planner. And then you also get some worksheets from the Artist Basic blog. Not worksheets, they are posters that you can print and put in your classroom, it's like an artist does, and different things that artists do. So some printable things. So from not Painted Paper, from Artist Basic. So those are your bonuses for joining at the yearly rate. But that ticket to the teacher workshop is great because I charge $169 for that. So, if you think about the cost of that minus the cost of the membership, it's really not too much more. So, so that is, I think that's all. the details about the resource library. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am available. I have been constantly on email and constantly on this chat answering questions, and I'm happy to answer any questions. If you want to have a phone call and talk about, tell me about your classroom and I'll tell you whether or not it worked for you, I'm happy to do that as well, because I know we all have such different classrooms, and I'm happy to give you as much information as you want before you get started. But it really is a resource I'm truly proud of, and the future of it is great. And I just can't wait to share with you everything I have coming up. So thank you so much for watching. Those of you who made it this far into the video, I commend you. And thank you so much for your support. And I look forward to working with you. And if you, again, reach out, Cindy@artcuratorforkids.com is my email address. I'm happy to talk to you. And also, if you would like to talk on the phone or, on a face-to-face chat, I'm happy to do that as well. So thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful weekend. And hopefully I'll see you in the resource library. So, bye-bye. Finish. Oh, I'm going to find where to stop it.